I will show you quickly one of the tools. So I will show maturity matrix, for example, and this tool will also be available to you for use. So this is
Yeah.
an energy management system
Okay.
maturity matrix. A maturity matrix is a matrix identifies different aspects and then evaluates at what level of maturity an organization is. So this tool is evaluating energy policy, organization, information system, communication, implementation, and investments. When you receive this tool, you will also have some instruction at the bottom how to use it, some nomenclature that is used, different sources that were consulted, and then introduction to the parties who were made, and then obviously to who can be contacted if a change in the tool is needed, for example, or if something is not clarified. So let's see, take one example. Let's say energy policy. The level one is that the factory has no energy policy. Level two would be that there are general guidelines, but these are not documented. Level three is that there is a written policy set by top management, but it has not yet been adopted, means it has not been converted into actions and targets and objectives. Level four is that a formal energy policy is established with objectives and targets, but implementation is weak because top management is not really showing commitment and it is not reviewing the energy situation or energy policy during their management reviews. A level five would be that there is a documented and communicated energy policy with defined scope and boundaries, measurable energy objectives and targets, and there is a commitment to legal and other compliance. It supports energy efficiency in procurement and design and is an integral part of management reviews. So based on this, we can select which of the level the company belongs to. And the suggestion is that rather than when we go to factories, we should not fill it ourselves. What we should do is that when we go to the factory, we should show this tool to them, let them do a self-assessment first. Once they do a self-assessment, put it there, and then along with them, walk through the floor and look at their situation in the floor. Come back and then ask them to review it again and then facilitate them. Okay, you said that you're at level 5, but we don't see, for example, we still see old electricity bulbs. We still see that you still have very old machines from 1960 model, for example. So that means that you are still not going into energy efficiency when it comes to machinery and procurement. And so facilitate them and guide them in selecting the right level. So if they have selected the right level, let's say they're at level 4, and we go to the results matrix, you see that the result matrix shows that in the energy policy, they have achieved level 4. And if, for example, in the organization, they're at level 3, we start making the pie chart, the spider web, and we keep selecting levels and we keep on reaching them. But it is important first for us to understand this tool, for us to explain this tool properly to the factory management and team, and then not filling it in isolation, but filling it with them, facilitating them in selecting the right answers and selecting the right options. And then based on this, for example, if we see that the factory is scoring low in organization, that would mean that they don't have a system that is fully integrated into their management structure. The team is not developed properly. The responsibilities are not delegated to the team for energy consumption, and energy planning is not properly conducted, and clear action plans are not being developed. So this is where we can start developing our action plans already and understanding where we can help the company in achieving their energy targets. So the reason of using this tool is to see where they are at the moment, even if they are at level 1, for example. That is what we need to establish with them right in the beginning. Remember, we were talking about creating dissatisfaction with the current situation. Remember the formula for change. So this or this kind of other tools, they create a degree of dissatisfaction from the current situation in the factories. So if a factory is sitting there, for example, they think they're working very well, but when using this tool, they find out that in all the areas, either they are at level 2 or level 3 or level 1. Showing this in a spider web diagram or in a pie chart or any graph would actually cause a degree of dissatisfaction from the current situation. They would know, oh yes, we need to improve something. They might not want to improve everything out of it, but at least they would know that their energy policy needs to be improved, or their organization and energy team needs improvement, or they need improvement in information system or communication to employees or external communication, or if they have set up everything rightly but their implementation is weak, or if they are not investing in the right direction, or they are only focusing on low cost no cost measures and not actually looking at life cycle cost accounting, for example. So this is only to, number one, cause a dissatisfaction, number two, establish a common understanding of the system in the company. Sometimes it can also help in developing action plans, but we know that only using this kind of a tool we can only develop very basic kind of action plans. But the real thing is that we need to investigate. So if a company is at level 3 in investments, we first need to investigate why they are at level 3. What is stopping them from moving from level 3 to level 4 or level 5? So that is the first step to do. Only then we can analyze, okay, what factors are contributing towards their current score. Do they even want to change to level 4, or do they want to stay in level 3? And again, asking why do they want to stay in that level? So that is how we should use these tools, not only to directly develop action plans, but mainly to establish a common understanding of their existing system. If we do it in the beginning to set a current baseline, we must use this tool at the end as well, or even during the monitoring phase as well, in the middle as well, so not only at the end, but in midterm review we can use it to show if we are progressing and if we have achieved something. And this will cause a sense of achievement and motivation for the factory teams. This is a very good use of this tool. And then you also pointed out that, and normally factories are not rightly at level 3 or only at level 4, but they're sometimes in between. So there are two ways of doing it. One way is, as you said, that see which level they are very near to. So if they are more near to level 4, we answer it level 4. If they're more near to level 3, we answer it level 3. And there is another way of doing it. If we want to induce more change, we say, okay, since level 4 is not fully achieved, that means we cannot say that the factory is at level 4. We will only say that they're at level 4 if once they are fully achieving this level. So we will call it level 3. There are different ways of using it. There is no hard and fast rule. This is definitely not science. And depending on what kind of an audience we have, and what will demotivate people, what will motivate people, keeping that in mind, the experts, the consultants must make these changes, as you said. So imagine there is a company who you think that if we do not highlight the issues in a big way, they might not go towards implementation. So for this kind of a company, if they do not 100% fulfill level 4, I would say that we put them in level 3 and tell them you have not achieved level 4. So you need to take these 4 measures or 2 measures to achieve level 4. So this might push them towards implementation. However, there could be other participants, other companies who are already very motivated, but they think, oh, just because of this one word, we are missing level 4. So instead of motivating them, we put level 4 there as their status. But in the action plan somewhere, we can write a comment maybe that level 4 is partly achieved because of this one or two reasons. So if they consider completing it, it would be even better. So sometimes this motivates people. So we have to first see what actually drives change, what motivates people from doing it? Is it showing them a very bad condition so they want to improve, or is it encouraging them to improve by showing that they are already improving and then they just need to do a little bit more to achieve next step?